Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 21st, 2022, and I'm so happy to be with you guys today. I'm going to roll my intro real quick, and then we will do a little bit of chatting. Hello. Okay, I'm going to preface my video with this first thing just in case. I don't anticipate a problem today, but there was one in my Patreon live last Friday evening. Last Friday morning was great. We're still having a lot of internet issues. So if for some crazy thing, if this goes out, always check the YouTube community page. I will post there about what's happening if I have to leave the live or something like that. Unfortunately, we are scheduled for a neighborhood upgrade February 8th and 9th. So we may have issues a little bit. I've noticed mornings generally go okay, but that's just the nature, and that's how it is. There's been they were supposed to have already upgraded, but they were waiting on parts that were back ordered. Yay! So that is a little update on that. I hope everyone's had a great week. It has been long here. Very, very long. So I'm super happy to be here chatting with you guys today. I guess we'll just get into it. I'm really excited. We have a lot of coloring to do today. I thought we would do a fun birthday card. I'm going to actually end up with two because I always prep one ahead of time, which I love. Yay, more birthday cards. But we're going to be using a winter embossing folder, but I'm going to show you how to transition it into something more like spring or summer. It could even be fall, depending on the colors you choose. And we're going to use it for scene building. And then we're going to use some really fun Colorado Craft Company images to create this birthday card. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I hope everyone has their coffee, their tea, their water, and let's craft and chat and just talk about all of the fun things. Oh, thank you guys for saying you like my sweater. Yes, this is one of my favorites. My mom always says that she likes this one on me too. Carol, thank you, friend. You guys are so sweet. Oh, Tina says her little one is teething. Yes, that is miserable. I don't have a little one teething, but I've had a kid who's been homesick all week. Don't worry, he's been tested. It's not that. He has the bad stomach virus that's going around. And yeah, good times. Super good times. We've been at the doctor more this week than I think I've been since he was little. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Denise likes the red sweater. Thank you guys. Maybe I should wear red every time. All right. We're going to go through the supplies that we're using here today. Let me figure out where to put things. With all of my equipment, it really eats into my space. Okay, there we go. So let's just move this here. Oh, Diana says she colored this image the other day and didn't know how to use it on a card. That is so exciting. Okay, I guess there might be one glued down. What? Must have lost the backing. I've already put foam adhesive on this guy. So here is what I wanted to talk about real quick. Let me move this out of the way. This is the embossing folder we're using. This is actually called Winter Trees from Simon Says Stamp. And I think if I hold it like that, can you guys see? It's definitely Winter Trees. And I know it came out with the holiday release, and it really looks cool in a wintry theme. But I wanted to see if we could extend our use beyond Christmas, the holidays, winter. I know it's cold. I know I've seen a lot of you saying that it's super cold where you are. But hopefully we can maybe warm it up with a more spring-like type of design. So that's this embossing folder. That's what we're going to be creating. I already have one embossed here, so we could, save a little bit of time today. We're going to do the ink blending and the coloring and all of that. I promise it's easy. Then, of course, our cute image. I've had this for a little bit, but I haven't had a chance to color him. And I love the Anita Jeram images from Colorado Craft Company. We're actually going to do this really fun, colorful rainbow stack of cheese and all the goodies here. But what I thought was fun is that he fits right here in this scene. So like he's walking through this little, forest or the outdoors or whatever. And then, so that is called Big Love. Now, I can't even tell you guys how long I spent trying to mix and match a sentiment from here with this design, and I really couldn't come up with something I loved. I tried a lot of different things, and I thought, this is silly. Let's just go find something that's going to work a little bit better. And so what I ended up doing was I grabbed this greeting set from Simon Says Stamp called Birthday Bash, and I took 3 of the little sentiments from this. You could also use sentiment strips. That would be really fun. And I actually stamped and embossed them on black. And we're going to use multiple strips on our card, kind of like so. Oops. And just spread them throughout. So that's kind of the plan. Also, I guess I forgot to mention, in that same Colorado Craft Company Big Love set, there are these cute little gift tags, and you can customize them. And so I'm customizing them for you from me. I think it's fun. I did multiple tags. Let me show you. Oh, here it is. So you've got this little tag. You can do 2 mouse, for you from me, with love, thanks. I love that there's a lot of options, because this doesn't have to be birthday. This could be, if you wanted to start on Christmas cards, which my Christmas series is starting next week, the monthly series I talked about last week, that would be cute in Christmas colors, and you could make this a winter type card and just switch out to a Christmas greeting. So I love stamp sets that will work for multiple things. So I have this all laid out, and I thought to myself, I feel like I need a little bird, and I know that there's got to be a little Anita Jeram bird somewhere. And so I found this little guy, and we're actually going to color him as well. And this is from a Christmas set, one of my very favorite Christmas sets. It's the Getting Ready set. So it's this little bird right here. Okay, let me see. Oh no, Megan says her daughter has the stomach bug too. Yeah, it is no joke. I guess so many people have it. Let's hope I don't get it. I've really been cleaning everything. I'm going to take my waffle flower stencil mat. Let's make sure we're in frame. And I think there, if I hold it up a little bit, maybe you can see. So what we're actually going to do first is do some ink blending, and then we're going to take our Copic markers. Let's set this over here to the side. Then we're going to take Copic markers and color in our tree. And then I made leaves with Copic markers, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. You don't have to be precise at all. Barbara, yes. So I will admit, I tried doing something with this before Christmas. I was trying to do a Christmas card, and I think I was trying too hard. I really adopted the let's not be perfect. In fact, there's some things up here in the tree I didn't love, but once it's kind of all together, I don't think it's too bad. And I ended up really liking it. So we're going to start with FAIRWAY Pawsitively Saturated Ink from Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to just tap off a little bit of excess here because I don't want to go too heavy to start out with. And we're going to give that kind of foresty look, filling in our trees like so. And I'm kind of doing a rounded motion around the top. Yes, Vanessa says she loves these Simon embossing folders. They're so good. I agree. My favorites, which is probably going to be no surprise to anyone, are the scene building ones, because I just love building a scene, and I love that they will work with so many of our favorite critters. So we're just going to kind of do I'm going to kind of pull this down a little bit. I just want this to look like it's a really full forest. And these are the two trees in the foreground. I'm going to just flip this around then, and without re-inking, we're going to add a little grass to the bottom of this. And I am going to show you, I guess I need to ink it up a little bit more. This was not quite enough ink. I am going to create some little blades of grass, which I didn't do on the previous background. I kind of forgot. But I think that it adds a little bit to the card. So we will be doing that as well. So that's just going to give a little illusion of grass. Again, it's cold probably for many of us, at least here in parts of the US. So I'm trying to pull in some warmth and spring. Yes, Denise says that she's been homesick too and has a bad head and chest cold. Yeah, Ethan has the worst headache, and then he's had, like I said, stomach bug issues. So it's fun. Not. That was sarcasm. Kelly says her husband had a terrible cold all through Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, there's so much crud going around. Now, I guess I forgot to say, this is Field. It's going to be a little bit deeper, darker green, and this is just going to be a little shading around the edges to kind of deepen and darken that up. And I'm not going to do this color down at the bottom. We're just going to do this up here on the top part of the card. Kind of like so. And that's it. That is it for ink blending. I'm going to move this. And we're going to move my lovely stencil mat. And let's find our Copic markers that we're using for the trees, which are going to be E50, 55, and 57. Oh, V Camp says she loves that embossing folder and she's curling her hair for her birthday weekend in Atlanta. Oh, well, happy birthday and have a great time. Let's see. Janelle, you know what? She doesn't like mice. I don't either. I just like the Anita Jeram ones because I think they're kind of cute. Switch it up with your favorite image. Hopefully just the background will inspire you to maybe look at something in your stash that would make for a cute foresty scene. Karen, this is not a new embossing folder. This is the Winter Trees embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp, and we're turning a winter embossing folder into more of a spring one. Okay, so we're going to actually start with our trees, and I'm going to start with my light color, and I'm going to just kind of add that color in. I like to start light here because it just helps control. Now, once we get up to coloring over the green, this light color is really not going to show up, but kind of here through the mid portion is where I'm going to add that. And don't worry too much. I just try to follow the design and get a base color down. It's going to make it a little easier for blending. But if you want, you can start darker. Just kind of whatever you feel comfortable with. I do want to mention when I embossed this, so for this one, I actually didn't spritz the panel with water first. This one I did, and I do think it's a little easier to see some of the branches. Now keep in mind, you'll see leaves on this. Those are not part of the embossing folder because these are winter trees. So we're going to have to color those in ourselves. Let's see. Yes, they are addictive. Copics are very, very fun. Let's see. Kelly says this folder is already in her cart with the new Simon Says Stamp box card dies. Yes, those are fun. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with E57 and I am going to just kind of start down here at the bottom and flick or feather up a little bit like so. And then I'm going to, on the thicker branches, I'm probably just going to just trace that out a little bit. I'm using a pretty light hand. We can always go back and add more. That's the great thing about Copics. They are not going to pill up the paper. And I'm just going to kind of draw in. Whoops. Let's go ahead and start down here. And I'm purposely just trying to make it kind of messy, following that line. If you slightly get out of the line, because we ink blended, you're not really going to know too much. So you can kind of, I had to kind of fix a couple areas on my previous one where my coloring wasn't great. So definitely just kind of go with it. I think if you persist and just kind of color it out, it'll be fine. All right. I think that's a good start. Actually, let's go ahead and do like so. Also, you guys, if I miss your questions kind of while I am coloring and whatnot, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, but I know sometimes I miss some things. I will, or ask me near the end, or I'll try to go back and check. Wendy says, do you ever have to re-emboss after coloring? No, I don't. Mostly because I don't think I would ever be able to line it back up. Jules wants to know, is it okay for your markers to go over the ink? I don't know if it's okay or not. I do it, and I haven't had any issues, and I have done this before. So I think that's a personal preference, up to you. If you think it's going to harm your marker, then don't. I don't know that it would, and I have never had any issues. This is E55. And we will have to do a bit of work to get some of that blending out, but that is okay for that harsh E57 line. So E55 is going to get used the most here, as that's kind of what I'm going to use to just go over any of these branches. Anything that I can see. Some of them are a little bit more embossed than others. That was just the nature of that embossing folder. And I'm just kind of trying to use the tip of my marker to trace those out. And especially where it's green up here, some of these are a little bit lighter because they're like, imagine they're deep inside of the tree. So just seeing a hint of them is totally fine. They don't all have to be super defined. Jenna says she loves the spring feel to this card. It's so cold here and it's nice to think about spring being around the corner. I agree. Thank you, Susie, for reminding everyone to use my affiliate links when you order. I appreciate it. And thank you, Kelly, for reminding everyone to like and subscribe. I meant to mention that and I completely forgot. Yes, if you would hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, I would so appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And we're just going to continue. Up here at the top, I'm imagining them lots lighter for the most part, and just kind of drawing them in. We can kind of, when we add some leaves and things here in a minute, we can disguise that even more. Let's kind of draw some in here. starting to look like a spring tree, isn't it? It takes a minute. Let's try to fix that harsh line a bit. And then we're just going to come down here and pull up from our E57. I might have to add a little bit more E57. I did have to re-ink this E55 last night, and I hope it's not too... I think I got a little overzealous with my re-inking. Mary Ann says snow is coming in today. Oh my goodness. It's cold here, but sunny, which is nice, but it has been so cold. And like, let's see, it was Wednesday. The wind howled. You know when you wake up at 4:30 in the morning because the wind is so bad that I mean, I literally was like, ugh. And it howled all day long. All day. And it was so cold. But it's pretty nice out. It's cold this morning, but it is nice. Okay. So I mostly have my tree at least traced out. We've got some places that need a little work. So what I'm going to do, I think, we're going to go back with E57. And I'm going to work in smaller areas at a time and just try to kind of get that looking a little bit more blended out and natural. So let's go here and up there. And that looks much better. Let me see. Okay, I'm liking that a lot better. It's the little things in card making. Ask, what kind of paper am I using? Goodness sakes, learn to talk there, Nicole. I am using Nina 110-pound weight smooth white cardstock. I believe it is in the supply list. I do want to mention really quick, I listed out all of my marker colors in the description. I believe they should be there. So if you have any questions or want to reference that later on, you should be able to find that there. And then I do have a blog post coming soon. And I realized I forgot to post last week's blog, card that we did. So that one will be coming this weekend as well. So for future reference. But yes, the colors should be listed there. And I do believe I listed the paper as well. I really like it. It's a nice heavyweight, which is really great for the embossing, but it is what I use for Copic coloring too. I'm going to just add a little bit more here. Okay, I think we are about done with our tree, and then we can add some leaves and some grass. I'm going full on spring today. And then we will color in our cute mouse. As cute as they can be, I know. It's kind of a, I like them only in stamp form. Oh yeah, Karen, my pesky neighbor is definitely not mowing, thank goodness. That's so funny. Connie wants to know if I ever used colored pencils on my projects. I do. Not super often, but yes, I do. And I do love them. They are my first love. Let's see. I should do that one of these days. That's a great suggestion, Connie, for an upcoming live. I should use some colored pencils. Mi Vida Loca Studio says, I love how us on the West Coast can't relate to anyone talking about cold, rain, or snow. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's funny. All right, for the leaves, don't get too caught up in making them perfect. I literally did these so quick. I hope you can kind of tell. I'm just taking the tip of my marker and I'm just going to color them in. And you can imagine these wherever you want. So I'm just kind of drawing out little lines or little blobs, I don't know, from each of the little stems I can see. And you can imagine as many or as few as you want. So part of the reason I ink blended first is so I could limit how many little leaves I have to color in. I want some to give more of that springy feel to our trees, but I don't really want to spend all of my time coloring these in. I, of course, want to move on to coloring in my images for the card, but I think that this adds a lot to the design. And you can even just kind of lay your marker down like so and get that leaf shape. You don't even really have to draw it out if you have like this, the brush tip here. So that's really the quickest way. And hopefully this will inspire you. You can even do this with other tree images that you have. Maybe you have some tree stamps that are more of a winter feel. Don't be afraid to give them some leaves and kind of give them new life for your spring and summer cards. And that's as quick as it is, you guys. I'm just gonna go in and add a few more. Let's do here. Oops. And I didn't worry. If some of them don't look as good as the others, you know, they're all different. And just kind of like so. Maybe another one there. And that looks pretty good. So that's pretty similar to my previous one. 41 degrees in Oregon, Jean. No, let us live vicariously through you where it's nice and balmy. Yes, Kelly says it's 1 below, pardon me. That is cold. Let's see. Yes, okay, Vanessa brought up a good point that I mentioned earlier. She said she's seeing fall leaves. A few quick color changes with your ink blending and leaf colors, and this can instantly be a fall card. So I kind of consider this an all-season type of die. I know it's called winter trees, but imagine creating a fun fall scene with some of your critters that are in leaves and things. How fun would that be? So definitely kind of try to think outside the box. Because with the purchase of like one embossing folder, you can not usually, but sometimes if you think outside the box, you can make it work for so many more things. So yes, thank you, Vanessa. Let's see. Yes, Wendy says it looks more natural if they are different. That is a great point. So the thing I said I forgot to do here, we're going to add, and we're going to do a feathering technique. It's my favorite for adding grass, but I feel like we need to have like some grass here. And that's going to really be cute for when, that might be good. We don't have to go overboard. So let's see how that looks with our finished guy. Yes, I'm liking that. So I'm going to just real quick so I don't forget, because by the time our live is done, I should have 2 cards to be able to put together. Oops. So that's just a little bit of grass. Super, super easy. Laura, oh, that's a great idea. She says you could probably go pink for cherry blossom trees too. I love, love, love that. That's an awesome idea. Okay, let's go. We have quite a bit of coloring to do, so we are going to go ahead and get started on the mouse. Let me see where my last, oh, there we go. So I'm using a different brown color combination for our mouse today. And we are going to use E40, 43, and 44 for the mouse. We used E50, 55, and 57 for the trees. Let's see. Kelly says, I see a giftable card set with this folder. I like that idea. That's awesome. I have to say, it took me a little bit to kind of think about how this could be used for different things. But I'm really, really glad because I hadn't used it. And I was trying to find I picked the image from Colorado Craft Company first. And then I tried to figure out what to use for the background. Okay, I missed something. There's a congrats to Rebecca Brown. What are we congratulating? I need to see. Oh, you're getting a 3-year-old foster son. That is wonderful. Congratulations. That is amazing. Yes, I love these Anita images too. So I used to read Guess How Much I Love You to my kids when they were little. And so they all kind of think it's fun that there are stamps now with her images. So I don't know. It's just kind of fun how that all comes about. And can I just tell you that Colorado Craft Company has a new designer they're working with. I can't tell you who, or a new artist, but there is a new release coming in February, and I am head over heels for it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm coloring all the things, so I'm really excited. And when I can start sneaking some of that, I will. But really good stuff coming. And we're just going to add this. Oh, I want to remind you guys too, there is a blog hop at Simon Says Stamp for their newest release. I was part of the day 1 blog hop yesterday. Day 2 is going on today, so definitely check out all of the hops, or all the stops along the hop. That's a tongue twister. And leave comments for chances to win. So that's always fun. And check out all the inspiration because there's so many good cards and things showcasing the latest release from Simon Says Stamp. Yes, sorry Lynn for being a tease. It is good. They don't have a date for the release yet, or I would tell you when it is. Oh my gosh, Terry says she's in 76-degree weather in southern Florida. No more cold. I love that. I wish I was in Florida right now. That sounds so amazing. Okay, I'm going to go back in now with my E44 and probably a little E43 as well. And we're just going to add a little texture to our little guy here. Even darken up some things if I blended it out a bit too much. Like so. Let me see. Linda says, wondering about it for the next couple weeks. I think they said maybe mid-February. They've had some supply chain issues as well. So I know it's all coming. And I'll try to post, and I will definitely try to post that like on my YouTube info community page so you guys will know. This is a little R00 for the inside of the ear and the little light pink on the cheek. All right, let us start up at the top and let's just start adding color. So I'm going to move this down here so you can kind of see what I did. I started with the cheese and then I just kind of worked my way down, and I tried to kind of go in a rainbow-ish order. And I would do like the base of the presents, and then I would go back and add a contrasting color for ribbons or anything like that. Oh, how nice. Is it Nichol? I hope I'm saying that right. She says she didn't miss the live and it's her first time. That is so awesome. In fact, if you guys are here for the first time, definitely put a number 1 in the chat and let me know if it's your first live. That is so fun. Pardon me. Terry says, come on down. I might take you up on that. Let's see. Cindy says the blog hop will cost you money. That's funny. It doesn't have to. Maybe you can just get some inspiration. Or at least, you know, leave some comments and try to win a gift certificate. I believe it's a gift certificate. Guys, I can't even remember. I'm using R46 and R35. Deanna made it. She's number 1. Jody's a number 1. Oh, good. I said it right. That is so... That hardly ever happens. I love that. Thank you, Nichol. Okay. So I decided for my cheese that it needed this bright red bow. I don't know if it's a bow. It's a little funny for a bow, but I think it is. I think it's just the artwork. To really kind of make the yellow pop. And I think it's fun that the top present here is a piece of cheese since we have a mouse image. High of 68 today in Arizona. Yes, my folks are in Arizona, so they're always bragging about how nice it is. They lived here for many, many years, and they agree. They would rather put up with the super hot than have to deal with the cold. My mom especially does not like cold. Natalie, what winter Christmas items are you searching for? Number 1 for Audrey. Oh, thank you. Okay, for the dark parts of the cheese, I'm actually going to use YR27 and like 24 or 23. I can't really remember. And I'm just going to color those first, I think. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to add a little bit of that. And Jean says you have to have willpower to make it through the hops without spending money. I love it. That's funny. And that was YR24. Sorry, I'm trying to mention as I'm coloring, or at least put the cap down here. Okay, for the base of the cheese, we're going to do YR31, and I'm just going to go in and go ahead and color all of that. And I hope I can make this a little, I know I saw the comment that coloring these images can be a little intimidating. Just start in one small area and work your way out. It's really not like anything, it's like anything else. When you look at them, sometimes they can be a little bit, they're detailed, definitely. But I think that if you just kind of start in one small area and just work your way, you know, for example, I started with my mouse, but then I'm going to start here at the top and we're just going to work our way down. And it doesn't take as long as you think. At least I hope so. I know I've already colored one, so that kind of takes some of the guesswork out of it, but I will tell you guys, I simply picked my my old reliable favorite colors, and I colored this really, really quickly this week. Oh, she's trying to find the Lawn Fawn snowflake and outside in stitched snowflake. Yes, those are fun. I don't know of anywhere that sells them used, but you might, check. Where do you guys even go for that anymore? I know it used to be eBay. Is it still eBay? I'm so out of the loop on that kind of thing. The chat usually has awesome information, though. Michelle is a number 1. Yay! Is it Violetta? She's a number 1. Oh my goodness, Renee is a number 1. We have lots of first-timers. Welcome, everyone. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to my replay crew. I know I have a ton of you who catch me only on replay. Love you guys so much. Love you. Thank you for catching the replays, for liking, for subscribing. I appreciate you guys so much. And I know I say this all the time, but I also have to catch most of anything I watch live, I catch on replay as well. So I have much, much love for everyone who does that. Let's see. Natalie says she scours eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and various Facebook selling sites. That's great to know. And Kelly says we need a site where we can de-stash our craft items. Yes. Would be excellent. I know my friend Lori Craig uses Mercari to de-stash, but I have never used it, so I don't know. Karen says she wore a sweater with her flip-flops. That is amazing. Okay, and I have to say, I have been guilty of like wearing a sweatshirt with sandals, Birkenstocks. So there's that. I mean, not in this weather. It's too cold for me to do that right now. I actually have slippers on with socks. It's a really good look. So for everyone who said you liked my sweater today, just know the shoe situation, I don't have any on yet. My oldest son, though, is taking me out for dinner tonight, so I will have to at some point. This was YG21 and YG17. I know I told you guys I was going to tell you the colors, and I completely forgot. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. Let me see. Nahala, I did a replay of binge of your channel and ended up spending $300 while in quarantine. Never been so proud. That is awesome and hilarious, and thank you. But that is so funny. Isn't that the truth, though, you guys? You're here in quarantine or whatever, and then you just find all these things that you need. I'm using, BG49 here for the aqua stripes. And while I have this out, I will tell you, when I originally colored this, I went back and colored things in a contrasting color. But since I already know what I'm going to color, we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to use a little BG45. And this is going to be the colors for our bird, which I probably should just go ahead and color since I have these markers out. This is going to be our hot pink package. Let me see. Kelly says she's joking with her IT guy, which is AKA her husband, about starting a site. I think you should. I think that is an amazing, amazing idea. Good morning, Leon. See, Kelly, everyone thinks that that is a great idea. I think that you're onto something. So that was, oh, I think I actually, no, is that the right color I used? Probably not. Oh, well. I used YR31 for the little underbelly there, and then I'm using my same BG49 and 45 for my little birdie. And remember, he is from a different Anita Jeram set, but I literally just... Oh no, I think this is the right color. I just searched my stamps for a little bird or critter of some sort. There were even some that had like some little mice that I thought would be cute here. Or even maybe if there's some individual, I don't know if there's any individual packages, but I think those would be super cute too. All right. This next one, we're going to do blue. Let me see. Slippers with socks are my jam every day. Amber, you're my person. Every day. And I got these new slippers like in an after clearance sale at Madewell that I'm in love with because they have like rubber soles, so I can wear them outside to get my trash can and stuff. I love them so much. That was B16 and this is B12. Joyous in Christ says she's been coloring a lot more and enjoying it since watching me. Oh, well, thank you. You know, it is completely practice. I look back at when I started, and I've been using like Copics for quite a while. It literally is just tons and tons of practice, and I color pretty much every day. And you would be surprised what just coloring a little bit every day does. And there are still things I'm learning. I will watch somebody's video and I come up with, to be honest, she's a fashion illustrator that I absolutely love on Instagram. She does reels and she draws these beautiful images and colors them in. Some of my ideas for coloring this came from that. So because she just isn't so concerned with being super precise. And I think sometimes I get way too wrapped up in being super precise. Carolyn says Crocs with socks. Can I get an amen? I love it. Thank you. That is amazing. Okay, I'm not leaving purple out, you guys. Whoops, that's upside down. V06 and V09 are what we're going to use for the next little package. And we're just going to go in quick like. So I did, obviously I stamped, colored, and die cut one set. I decided not to die cut this other set because I think these are kind of hard to color already die cut. But if you're more comfortable with that, you can totally do that too. I just was afraid that it would be hard. Nicole says, I have my fuzzy slippers for taking the dog out in the winter with the rubber sole. Yes, good. I love it. Lisa says she's seen her too. I wish I could think of what her username is. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm addicted. I watch every single reel and I'm always just like, oh, that's so good. RV 10 and 13 is going to be my light pink color. I'm not using a ton of this, but this is going to be the little contrast stripe up here on my aqua package. Just a little dark, and then we'll do a little light. Sometimes you find inspiration in different places, so don't be afraid to maybe check out other kinds of crafters for some inspiration. Okay, my bright pink color combination is one I'm totally loving this year. I don't know that I've ever used these markers before this year, to be honest. That's crazy. RV 06 and 09. I also sometimes use 04, but for a small image like this, I didn't feel like I needed to. But it's a nice bright pink, which we're going to use for this little bow and also the next package and one of the tags. So we're going to just go ahead and color all of these at one time. Like so. The thing about this color combination is it does take a little bit more work. Oh, I kind of didn't finish coloring to blend it out, but I think it's worth it. Just be super careful about oversaturating the paper because it does tend to bleed a little bit. And it is super bright pink, but I've really been digging super bright pink lately. And we just color that in and color in our little tag. These little tags are so cute. And our package. Oh, thank you, Scrappin' Fox 214. She says she loves my coloring. Thank you. I do love it. I try to mix it up with what we share here. Like last week, we did mostly die cutting. I just try to do something a little different or just whatever I'm feeling. I had the worst time coming up with something for this week. I don't know why. I couldn't settle like on one certain thing. And then I was like, you know what? I got my Colorado Craft Company package, and that is what inspired me to do this. I thought, well, let's go back and look at some of the other images, stamp sets I have that I've never used. So that's where we got this one. I'm going to take my red color combination now and use R46. And I'm going to avoid those swirls. You could just color this all in with one color, but I wanted a little contrast here. And yes, I see you guys are talking about other alcohol ink markers. I think that there are others out on the market. I'm trying to think. I wonder what, I can't remember the name. Maybe those are the ones you guys are talking about, but I will have to ask Lori. But there are lots of choices out there. We're going to go back to B16 and 14 for these little swirls here. I just thought it helped kind of bring another little bit of color, but you could totally just color this whole thing red if you wanted. Or any color, not just red. You color it whatever you want. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Terry says Copics are the best. I have only tried a couple of different things, and I prefer Copics, but this is what I learned on, and I have had mine for a long time. It took me quite a while to get my collection, but I literally have had them for a very, very long time. Oh, my oranges, YR09 and 04. We are almost done coloring. I see I forgot to color my other tag though. We'll go back and catch that in a minute. I always like a little rainbow stack. Now, I was talking about if you wanted, you could, obviously turn this into a holiday card or whatever, and you could color these more in holiday colors or have them, maybe all be more in the same color family. I think that would be fun. Let me see. Yes, Created by Zoe has a great point. She says it's about having fun. Yes, it is. Definitely with crafting, it's about having fun. I don't really believe like in rules or whatever. There was a comment I had the other day, and someone said I used the wrong colors for something. I don't even remember what it was. And I don't really have a whole lot of, feelings about things being wrong. I think you should color them whatever you want to color them. If you want your mouse to be purple, color your mouse purple. It can be very cartoony or whatever it is. I say have fun. Art should be fun, and that is what we are doing. Let me see. Yes, vitamin D is necessary in the wintertime. In fact, Oda and I have not gone for very many walks this week just due to some stuff, and I am missing it. I love our daily walks. I think even though it's cold, we're going to bundle up here after a bit and go for one. Karen says your rainbow Valentine cards were so amazing. Thank you. I'm sure you're talking about the stenciled ones from Wednesday, I hope. Those are the right ones. I had a lot of fun creating those. I love the new stencils from Simon Says Stamp. Okay, so those are our images. I'm going to just real fast move my markers. Again, if you're just joining me, I do have the marker colors listed in my description box here on YouTube. I'm not going to die cut these on camera just because I don't want to shake the whole setup. So magic of video. We already have them. Yay! And we're going to just take one of our backgrounds here. Let's just take the one we did today. So I do have two. I'm going to die cut the others off camera and we'll put another one together and I instantly will have two cards. I will tell you too, I did prep everything ahead of time, So I did slide my extra set of sentiment strips in the back of my package because they're so small. I was afraid I'd lose them. So we'll put that second one together later. But I have my foam squares on the back. And let's get it all put together. Linda says, how do you store your markers in colors in number order? I share them in number order in colors. That is a great question. Oops, I got something stuck here. That's a great question. I will put a picture up in the community page later today. Plus, I know I promised last week that I would film that video on the Brother Tape Maker on how to save tape, and I did not get that filmed, so I'm actually going to film that here in a little bit. I have a couple things I got to film today, and so look for that. Probably, it's just going to be a short, so I will try to get that up, maybe even later today. We shall see. Yeah, I knew I missed one. So many little foam adhesive squares. Let me make a note because you guys know me. I will totally forget. Let me grab, of course, where's my pen? Let me grab a pen. Marker. Oh, that's some nice writing. Marker storage. All right. Oh, that's awesome. DK Sherby says her grand girl has an amazing artistic gift and she does amazing drawing and coloring. I love that. Oh, that's so awesome. So I'm just going to kind of figure out my placement. I want him to look like he's walking, and I want the stack to be in the center, not necessarily the mouse. So we're just kind of going to go with that. That looks cute. And I think because this is the panel that I have foam adhesive squares all over my sweater, the backing. Because this is the one I spritzed with water, it's curling up a little bit. I tried to put something on top of it while it dried, but apparently I didn't do a good enough job. Let's go ahead and add it to our card base. Oh, of course I'm out. Of course. It's because I've made so many cards lately. Let's just put it on our card base and see if that helps flatten it out just a bit before we put everything else on, because it's a little hard to work with if it curls up. All right, there we go. That's better. Yes, thank you everyone with family members who served. I see I'm missing some of this. Yes, thank you very much for your service. I am going to add little tags then. Now this one has a foam adhesive square because I knew I was going to kind of do this one like right about here and it's going to hang off. This little guy I want, whoops, to go up here. So we're just going to use a little liquid adhesive for him. Like so. And then I'm going to lay out my sentiments. Let's figure out what we got. And I will show you, I didn't put the strip all the way. If I think it's going to overhang my image a little bit, I didn't put foam adhesive all the way across. Oh, thank you, Natalie. So let's go ahead and do, I think, right about there for time. And this could be any sentiments. Like I said, when I was picking sentiments, I really was just looking for something that would work because this takes up so much room. I didn't want to completely cover my image, but I don't mind it overlapping a little. And then, of course, we've got our little bird that I want to be sitting kind of right here, I think. which I thought added a fun little punch of color. We, of course, are going to grab some little heart accents here, too, to finish it up. Of course! And then we're going to have the happy birthday down here. And we just about have it all put together. Let me move all these foam square backs. And let me grab my hearts, which I forgot to get. Yes, Kelly and Terry, I totally agree. They said that it helps the creative process to create a story in your head. For sure. I'm always telling myself a story, which you might have heard me say before, but to me, that kind of helps make sense. So I'm trying to, a lot of times, especially men, probably with Anita Jeram images, it's great to kind of have that storybook feeling to it, which I think helps. We're just going to put some little red hearts all around. I think I forgot to link hearts. I'm sorry, guys. I will try to add that here in just a second when we're done with the live. I think we'll just add a few. I think that's good today. And that is it. So that is our little storybook scene. Christmas, oh my gosh, birthday, oh my gosh, what am I even saying? Our storybook scene birthday card. All right, let me see if I can flip my camera. Hello, everybody. So, are there any questions that I missed this morning as I was doing all of my coloring? If you have anything, or if I missed it, please let me know here. We'll spend a couple minutes talking. Thank you, Natalie. Leslie says she'd have a hard time sending them out. You know, it is, sometimes that's the case, but it is so much fun to see somebody's reaction when they get it. Christine, nope, I haven't figured out what's up with the white screen. I spent some time with that before we went live, and I haven't figured it out yet. So I'm going to try to do that here in a minute as well. It's the little things in card making says, do you ever sleep? Yes, I actually sleep a lot. I require a lot of sleep. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, good. Christine said a fun start to her Friday. I'm so glad. That makes me happy. I have hair in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, thank you, B. Rivera. Audrey, pardon me, says, as a first timer, she loved this time with me. Thank you. Thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. And I appreciate that you spend part of your Friday mornings with me, or whenever you get to catch the replay. As I said, replay crew, I love you so much. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to watch these videos. The Wheel of Hearts, Karen, was a gift. I believe it was I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back and find out where Teresa got that. I will add that link. It's back in one of my previous lives. I will find it and I will let you know. Let's see. Thank you guys for the nice comments on my sweater today. I'm trying to stay warm. As I said, it's cold. Tracy, the craft room tour video has not been put up yet. There have been a couple of hiccups, and it is a massive amount of editing work, and I've just simply not had a chance to get it all done. It's on its way. I'm trying, but there have been, I lost a little bit of footage that I had to refilm, and then just the editing and linking and all of that, but it is coming. Let's see. Wheel of Hearts is from Etsy. That's what I thought. Christine said that that's where she found it. Everyone is saying Etsy. Yes, it was a gift, so I didn't purchase it, but Etsy is where you can find it. Thank you, guys. Let's see. I think I'm caught up. If there's any more questions, let me know. Yes, Terry says, since she doesn't have a crafting buddy, this is like having a circle of friends with like minds. Absolutely. And that is totally what I want this to be. I love spending this time with you. It's so much fun to craft and chat and to find out all of the things. You guys always have the best information about what is new, what I need to buy, all of that good stuff. Yes, Linda, thank you for reminding everyone. She said so many on here, but not a lot of likes. Don't forget to like. Yes, if I would so appreciate it if you would take a second to give that thumbs up button. It helps me so much. It helps me keep bringing you videos and to let me know that you are enjoying the content. Let me see. Nancy says she watched on TV, so no chatting. Yes. But thank you for watching, Nancy. Thank you for saying you love my planner videos. Okay, you guys, I think that is about it. Any updates, and I do have a few, I will add to my community page. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you next Friday morning at 9 a.m. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.